All right, guys, happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining me again. I love seeing everyone hop on every week. So this week is, well, this session today is really, really special to me, very important, because if you've been here for a couple of weeks with me, you know that every Tuesday, what I try to do is give you tips to elevate your brand and make you really feel like a better, more confident, ready real estate agent for really no matter what it is you work on, whether it's buyers, sellers, renters, kind of touch upon a little bit of everything. And we talk about, ways to prospect, and we get into a whole bunch of stuff. But the nitty gritty of it really kind of begins with us and our company and us as people and how we feel, I think, to put ourselves out there in the world as far as business is concerned. So I'm really excited to bring you guys this Tuesday a little bit of kind of like a progress session, to show you what we've been working on specifically. Danielle is someone that has joined me for several weeks now, a couple of months actually, I think it is. And she contacted me regarding the workshops that I was having, the sessions that I was having on personal branding. And so I'm really excited to show you guys, how far she's come. She's just unveiled the fact that she switched brokerages and used all of her new branding to really have that confidence to just scream it from rooftops. And I'm so thrilled for her, and we get to see it today. So I've been excited to unveil this with you guys. So just to start a little bit today, like I had mentioned, we're going to go over personal branding. We're going to have a little chat with Danielle personally and her experience and her review, of course, of that experience. So to start, if you guys haven't seen any of the replays on this specifically, I wanted to just throw this slide in here so I could talk about this for just a minute before we talk to Danielle, because I found this to be really powerful. I always say, screenshot it, especially if you don't get to catch the replay later, screenshot this. I found these two elements, and I wanted to say that really when I put them together, it kind of made sense to me. I think these both need to go together, not separately. So the power of your brand and the power of success, what if we put together and we see it as the power of your brand's success? And when you put that together, then all these elements below really start to make sense. And I think Danielle will touch upon how in previous sessions, I talked about like even the psychology of color, if you break it down to be so simple as color. And no, your logo is not the most important thing. Sure, you can do business without a logo. But when you're looking to really establish yourself and market yourself, everywhere, especially in a place like Miami, where, you're one of a million or more, you want to stand out, especially in business. You want people to recognize you. You want to be the recognizable person for that, whatever it is, whatever your interest is. Doesn't have to be real estate, right? You could have a different kind of company, and this works just the same. Psychology of colors and the psychology of marketing is for every company. So these two things, I think, really need to mash together instead of being separate, because it's powerful when you build a brand that you are confident enough in to drive and to be successful. And that's my opinion. It's what I've done. I've built multiple brands. I'm on my third now, and it's my real estate brand. And I use the same concepts I did in my other businesses in here. And so I think to start, your baseline really needs to be, what do I want to put out into the world? How do I want people to see me? And what kind of experience am I going to give my customer, no matter what it is? And so with your brand, you look for elements of growth. You drive sales, obviously. You want to think about your customer. You want to think about the brand awareness. Where are you putting this? And then that's going to drive success to your brand. Now, when you have success already, you want to talk about the vision you have for your outlook, your company. What values do you have in the way you run your company, or the experience you give your customers? The relationship then also is so important that you have with your customers. And with that relationship comes a whole lot of reward. And with that reward, then you build loyalty and trust. And you'll hear it time and time again in real estate. People work with you when they know they like you and they trust you. And so I think we're going to start. And I want to bring Danielle in as I bring up her slide. And so this is where we start. So Danielle came to me with something very similar to what was on the left. And I want to say it did incorporate blue, and we looked at the color chart and all of my past sessions, and she was just adamant when she read about the color blue, and and she's so passionate about it. When she went through all the elements of how colors and psychology behind the marketing of these colors and how you use them, the way she talks about it, because it just hit her like a bag of bricks, I think. And then it just all fell into place. And so I can't wait to get her to talk about that. Oh, I want to just mention, guys, if you haven't joined me and this might be your first time, I think I see a couple of new names here. Please, please, please go ahead and just unmute yourself and be like, Rosie, stop, go backwards. I have a question. I want to chat one moment because I am bad with this chat box. Michael sometimes will let me know when someone's got a question in there, but I do a wrap up at the end too. So yeah, thank you, Jen. Yes, I love, love, love her colors. And you'll see where she landed. And she was very adamant about the message she wants to give to her clients. And then I love the fact that because we are in Miami specifically, Danielle chose to kind of go multilingual with it. So she incorporated all these elements that are super important to her and to her business and to the experience she wants to give her client. And then she came up with the most incredible end result, I think. So Danielle, I want to give you the floor. I'm so excited for you to join me. Thank you again so much for being here. And please just tell us everything about where you started and then how we got to the lion, because the difference between these two is it's pretty significant. So if you could explain that to us, that would be great. Danielle, you here? Oh,
Oh,
you're muted,
I
my
was
love.
I was muted. I was here talking to myself. Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you to all the participants who are part of this video. I find it very valuable to participate in Rosie's weekly trainings because they've helped me so much. And as part of the same real estate brokerage, I feel that I would love for my fellow colleagues and teammates to also see the value in her teachings. And I think that the reason why I'm passionate about that is because I only just got into real estate like 4 years ago, and I've been finding my way along the past like 4 years. And I lacked a lot of confidence. And I think that the reason why I've lacked confidence is because of my personal branding and marketing. I lacked guidance and mentorship in that. So when I joined LPT and I started seeing posts that my mentor Yanli would repost that were Rosie's posts, I was just taken aback. And I was very impacted because I thought, wow, this girl really knows how to convey um how to convey the how do I say the way in which she wants to project to her audience that she is professional, that she is a person that, in other words, has her shit together. And I want to project to my audience that I have my shit together. And I feel like the best way to start is to have your personal branding settled. And so, as you guys saw, I took some of the weekly training classes with Rosie, and I was not in any way versed with Canva. I had downloaded it sometime a few years ago, but I never really truly knew how to use it because I didn't find it as user friendly as I find the iPhone per se. And so her trainings really gave me guidance on how to use it. And so I started just playing with the elements and images that they already provide. And I came across this first image that you see on the left, which is an abstract image of buildings. Um, I sent it over to Rosie and we were collaborating on the same file together. She had asked me what my favorite colors were. And before asking me actually what my favorite colors were, she had asked me what
I
what
can't believe
message
you
it was that
remember that.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, hello?
I can't believe you remember that. But yeah, I know exactly what
Yeah,
you're about to
I
say. Yeah.
remember I remember every detail along the way because it was the one specific training that you taught on the psychology behind colors that really impacted me because
Right.
it really gave me a more in-depth understanding of how just brands across our capitalist society that is the United States of
Mhm.
America work
Mhm.
and how they impact you and how they stimulate you, right? And so prior to asking me about the colors that I liked, Rosie had asked me, I forgot exactly what, but you had asked me basically like what message it is that I want to convey when someone looks at my logo,
Correct.
right? And I said, well, I want people to look at my logo and say, okay, number one, this girl means business. Number two, I want people to know that I'm ethical. I'm so huge on ethics, right?
Mhm.
And doing right by others and having integrity and also coming off as professional. So
Mhm.
in that process, Rosie said, okay, well, then you fall into the category of blue and black, right? And I
Mhm.
said, holy shit, I love blue, you know, and that happens to be one of my favorite colors. I always gravitate towards blue. And so when I had sent her this abstract image of these buildings along with, you know, the name and the little like italicized real estate um, writing on the bottom, she had then played with it and asked me, well, do you like gold or silver more? Right. That's when she had asked me about the colors. And I said, well, I only wear gold jewelry. So
Mhm.
let's go with gold. And she
Mhm.
sent me that image back. And I swear to God, I thought that I thought like I was bewitched by Rosie. I said, where did you come up with this? Like I didn't even know Canva enough to know that they have these like watercolor
Mhm. The
elements that you can add
splashes.
to a logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that you had created it all on your own. And to me, you were this, and you still are this amazing, you know, marketing whiz.
I'm just
And
this
so
wizard.
she had yeah, I really, yeah, honestly. And so basically, she told me, okay, I added these elements, play with it some more, and, you know, show me what it evolves into. And so then I moved over to the right because I was also motivated by her flamingo, right? Her
Mhm.
flamingo is just the coolest, most Miami element that you can add to a brand. Every time I see Rosie's posts, I say, oh my God, like this looks so professional. It looks so refreshed. I feel lighter every time I see Rosie's post, right? I think Miami. So I said, how can I
Amazing.
be how can I be parallel to her in the way with which she can, you know, presents herself, but not identical, obviously. And so I'm a Leo. I was born in August. I'm a proud Leo. I'm a true Leo. And
Mhm.
one of I think my spirit animal is the lion, not just because astrologically I'm a Leo, but also I just love the quiet confidence
Mhm.
that a still lion conveys when you look at it, right? It's
Mhm.
almost like it's serious, it's calm, it has emotional intelligence, and it's unfuckwithable, right? And guys, pardon me, I love to curse. It's my love language.
That's why I love
So
you.
basically,
One of the many reasons why I love you and we get along so well.
and so that's how I feel when I look at a lion. And I thought, okay, I love the animal element, right? And then I'm also a person of faith. I'm very liberal in the way that I express myself, but I'm very conservative in nature as well. And
Mhm.
so I wanted to include maybe an element of just my faith overall in God and the universe. But then I said, no, no, let's just keep it simple for now and let's leave it at this. If it evolves into that over time, then maybe I could add a little element of that. And then that idea then transcended into just
The tech,
my faith
right?
and belief
Yeah.
in self and how I want to instill that into my audience, right? And so last year I took a Tony Robbins seminar for 4 days up in West Palm Beach. And I learned in that seminar, the one takeaway for me was that the one thing that all of us have in common is the lack of belief in self, right? Our belief systems, fear. Everything is so fear based in all the decisions that we make every day. And I thought, how can I also add a slogan to my logo so
Yeah.
that when people look at my marketing and they see the lion, they don't only say, hey, that's Danielle Arnold's brand, but they also can just look at it and feel lighter in the same way that I feel lighter when I look at Rosie's marketing by way of the colors and the little flamingo. And I want people to believe in themselves when they work with me. And I want them to have that we can attitude. And not just
Yeah.
even in real estate and investing, but just in everything overall. And
Yeah.
so that's how it evolved then into, and Rosie, it's back on the screen of
Yeah.
your original.
I
Okay.
know because you keep mentioning confidence and it's so
Okay.
powerful
Okay.
because
Okay. Okay.
not only, right? Because not only did this lion mean so much for you as far as who you feel you are, who, you know, an element that you're comfortable putting out there that could just have your name and the stamp, right? But
Hmm.
it means so much more. It goes into your faith. It goes into the fact that you're a born leader. It goes into the fact that have you thought about what other companies and you brought in, you know, of course, marketing in our great United States of America. Yeah, I mean, literally worldwide. What other companies do you realize have lions on them? strong companies, mortgage companies, banking companies,
Right.
large media conglomerates, right? They want you to know with that lion that they are ahead of the pack. Come follow me. I will
Yeah.
lead the way, right? And
Yeah.
it's so important you said that, because the one thing you told me that mattered the most for you at the beginning was confidence. You didn't
Mm.
have the confidence. And girl, when you found that lion, I don't even want to talk to you about the amount of confidence you got. It was incredible. It was beautiful. It was amazing to watch. And we worked on this for what, just a couple of weeks. And then you were
Yeah.
able to unveil this beautiful, confident logo and brand that you are so, whoop, it's going bananas, that you're so proud of, that I'm
Yeah.
so proud that you're so proud of,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
what it comes down to. And like
Yeah.
you said, you kept your black, you kept the blue, you found the tonality of blue that you loved. And under the color blue in that psychology chart, every single point that you were telling me was just, it was no other color. It was only blue. The
Yeah.
way in which you wanted people to trust you, the way in which you wanted to be a leader, how strong you wanted to be, but yes, the calm that you wanted to bring your clients and say, don't worry,
Mm.
I'm here for you. I am the
Yeah.
professional. One of the
Yeah.
first things you said was to look professional. And we hear this time and time again. Fake it until you make it. One of the
Mm.
easiest ways to fake it until you make it is to be confident behind your brand.
Yeah.
You might not
Correct.
know a darn thing, but when someone comes to you and says, okay, you look like you know what you're doing, what have you just done? You just faked
Yeah.
it and you
Yeah.
made it. You just need
Yeah.
the one client to believe in you. And that one
Yeah.
client then comes word of mouth and your referral base and your new SOI, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look where you are now. Not only do you
Yeah.
have your main logo, but you worked on an alternate logo here on the left. And then how
Hmm.
beautiful is it that you took the fact that you know that your clientele is going to be somewhat Hispanic at some point in time. And you reached
Hmm.
out into that, you touched that level, which is an
Hmm.
additional like personal level. These
Hmm.
are, I mean, I can't even tell you how great what you've done for yourself is, because with your Spanish marketing, you don't have to change anything anymore. You've got it all
Right.
done. To freak
Right.
out and go, oh my gosh, I need to make a Spanish post. Oh no, I have to make a Spanish marketing flyer. What do I do? You're not going bananas changing everything all over again. You
Right.
have your marketing suite here, and you know what your logos, and you have your alternate logos too. And this is just beautiful. How do you
Thank
feel
you.
now? You've announced that you've joined your new brokerage, which I want to, I'm a little biased, but I do believe we're the best.
Yeah.
So excited that you're here with LPT.
Yes.
Just overjoyed that you can scream this now, and you've made
Yeah.
your beautiful post I saw. And what's the response been from people? Has anyone contacted you and said, wow, this looks so put together?
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, we do live in a world where there are people that view a lot of your posts on social media and they'll observe, but they won't necessarily hit the like button, or they won't necessarily write a
Sure.
nice compliment, because I've also learned through psychology and observation as well that it makes people uncomfortable to compliment others. Like, I'm the kind of person that I love to tell people I love you, and it's genuine, it's not fake,
Yeah.
right? And I even have best friends that I'll tell them I love you and they won't say it back, and I know it's because it makes them uncomfortable. And I'll say
Yeah.
something funny like, I know you love me too, you don't got to say it, right? And so I feel like it's similar on social media. When I posted my Halloween post on October
Yes.
1st, which was a really fun festive post, I did get one reaction from my son's swim instructor,
That's
and
right. Me
I
too.
already paired her. Yeah, I already paired her with Jennifer Kurz because we had a really good telephone conversation, and I felt like she needed more financial guidance and to know what her options are before we could work together. So
Yeah.
she's already working with her on the mortgage end, right?
Beautiful.
Um, but that's the first reaction that I got via social media. I do feel more confident now to take it onto paper and actually
Yep.
send out mailers, let's say, right? And
Right.
so this is the main logo that everyone's looking at right now, but part of my logo as well, or like my color scheme, in the same way that you have that beautiful pink to like blue gradient, is
Mhm.
that watercolor splash with the hint of
Mhm.
gold. I
Mhm.
am so eager to incorporate that into all of like my print, because again, I feel like it embodies what I want my overall marketing to convey as far as color goes. I'm a very
Mhm.
proud Cuban American. And so I love the idea of having come up with a slogan as well in both English and Spanish, so that when people look at my post or look at my logo with the slogan, they connect with it, right? The time
Right.
is now. It's like there's a saying in Spanish that I love that says, no dejes para mañana lo que puedes hacer hoy. And I say
Mhm.
that to myself even when I don't want to go to the gym because I'm feeling lazy, right? Thank you, New
Mhm.
World. You keep complimenting me. I appreciate you. And so
I
that's
really, I
what I
really
want to
do
convey.
like it though. I'm really into your logo. It's so nice. I
Thank you. Thank you so much, my love. And so, in other words, I just want to convey that I am the right person, that I'm serious, that I mean business, that I'm not going to F you over because I have integrity, right? And I have ethics. And at the same time, I want to make the person working with me that you should and you can believe in yourself, and that your experience working with me, even if it's just a telephone conversation for guidance, is
Mhm.
you're going to come out of it feeling lighter and better. Because there's also that very cliche saying that says something along the lines of, people won't forget what you did, but they'll always remember how you made them
How you
feel.
make them feel. Yep. 100%. And so when I talk so much about what do you want your clients to feel, and that was the first question that I had asked you, what kind of experience do you want to give your clients? I mean, you hit the nail on the head. And
Yeah.
even with this alternate logo and doing it in Spanish, I think that's brilliant because you've
Mm-hmm.
just let everyone know that even if they're Spanish speaking, you can help them. They can find help with
Yeah.
you, you know?
I even
That's
added
beautiful.
on my bio on Instagram, hablo español, because while I have the Cuban flag and the American flag to convey that message, maybe people won't automatically feel inclined to
Notice
reach
those.
out because it's not clear, like, hey, yeah, I got the flags, but I speak it very well. Like call me, you know? Um, and so yeah,
And
that's
so you had
basically it.
mentioned, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us all. And I think you had mentioned to me yesterday when we touched base that you're going to really put into effect like a marketing campaign on paper.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
thrilled for you to use this. And you had mentioned using that splash. And so this is this is a visual issue here, not anything, because you can use these logos individually by themselves. But
Exactly.
Danielle was mentioning putting this splash behind, because as you can see, it makes it pop off paper, and
Mm.
that's going to be your background essentially on a white piece of paper. So
Yeah.
it helps, I think, in print. That's brilliant because it's really going to help this pop off of any white paper. As you can see, I put it on white so you could see what it would look like, as a
Right.
header, as
And
a paper.
and this is just the logo. If you go to my real estate handle on Instagram, which is Danielle.Arnold.realestate, you'll see my posts and you'll see how I played with my own self-portrait image. It mixed with the logo and the color scheme in the background.
Mhm.
So you get more of an overall idea on how I'm using all of these elements interchangeably in the way that I market myself online. And lastly, I realized I didn't answer your question, Rosie, about how I feel being at LPT. I feel like I have the more of the resources and emotional support here than I did at
Right.
the prior agencies I've been at. Since I
That's
became
important.
a realtor,
Yeah.
it is, because since I became a realtor, I joined one agency because my cousin, who's a realtor, took me there. Then I realized
Mhm.
I didn't have the support there I wanted. I up leveled, and then I feel like joining LPT was the biggest up level in my real estate career thus far,
That's beautiful.
because in the prior agencies I was at, I never had someone to handhold me, which I admit I needed hand holding, right? To give me
Yeah.
that confidence to say, hey, we're going to figure this out for you so that you can project yourself with confidence. And then now you can, you know, attract that you are and that you feel so that you can be successful in this industry, right? And
Definitely.
so I feel that, like, with you, I've attained that, and I'm so grateful and so blessed. And I didn't realize by just signing a contract and saying, okay, I'm making this vertical move, that I was going to then be blessed with all of these amazing resources between you, between Yanli, between David, who's just amazing at his weekly
This
coaching
Freedom
sessions.
Network is incredible, isn't it? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
so grateful to be a part of it. Thank you so
As
much
am I.
for literally
Yeah.
allowing me to help you elevate your brand. That's really all that this is about. These are tips to help you, no matter really
Mm-hmm.
what process, no matter what stage you're in. And I just think what you've done is remarkable, and I'm so excited for you to really catapult your brand and
Thank you.
your business forward. And I'm here, every step of the way. We'll continue to grow, and I know that we'll be great friends, and this process has allowed us to become friends, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you for
Amen.
joining.
Amen.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
your process. I know
Yeah,
that
and thank you to
again,
everyone
you were
for participating and listening.
Yes.
I encourage everyone to reach out to Rosie if you need to up level with your branding 100%.
Oh, thank you so much. Truly, your recommendation, your entire experience. You know how you make me smile from ear to ear. Every time you tell me how far this has helped you, it just makes me so happy. It truly does.
Well,
So
I
I do
think
want to let. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I
No,
just want
no,
to say
girl.
one last thing. I think what makes the process more pleasant as well is not only just learning everything that I've learned in the process with you, but it's also that you have a quality that I think a lot of realtors in Miami lack, and that is good response time. Like getting back to the people who are reaching out to you, responding to text messages, and if you can't respond at the moment and you follow up the next day, it's following up with an apology like, hey, I'm sorry I got caught up yesterday, but here I am, rather than pretending like yesterday didn't happen and you didn't fully ignore the person and you're just reappearing today, like,
It's just that just comes down to business ethics, you know what I mean? And everybody runs their business differently, and that's really the beauty. No matter what company you're with, whether you're with LPT with us or you're not, because Freedom Network is open to every brokerage. We don't care where you come from, where you're from. We're here to help you. We're here to be one, and that's really what we're all about. And I loved that message, which is why when I came on board, it meant so much to me to be a part of this, to really help agents with like that hand holding, because as you had the similar experience as I did not have my hand held whatsoever, and I sort of had to fall on my face, learn everything from ground up, and I'm really happy I did, because now I'm able to help agents who feel like they're in that same position. And it matters a lot to me, to be able to be there to help somebody, because in the end of the day, I truly love to help. That's just the kind of personality I am. I feel better about myself when I feel like I've helped others help themselves and be better with their business, etc. Doesn't really matter what I'm doing. It matters what you're doing, and how far you grow from 0 to 100, and you're there at 100, and you're going to stamp this everywhere. And I'm so excited for you to get tons of business and hear all about it.
Thank you.
And now that you're all done, don't forget to keep joining me though. I'm gonna miss you.
Of course not. No, this is too valuable for me to now just be cocky and say I don't need you anymore. I'm done.
No. Come visit me. I miss you, and I love our conversations and how much, of course, you always take from every single one of my sessions. So truly, you're one of my most valuable team players here. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up. Does anybody have any questions for me? Let me go back in that chat. We've got nothing in the chat. Woo! I did good this time keeping up. If we've got no questions, guys, you can unmute yourself if you do have any questions for me. If not, I'll leave this up here. I do have one more mentorship spot available. I'm very excited to all the people who have come to me requesting, that I help them with things such as this, whether it be your marketing, your branding. If you're a completely new agent, you really don't know where to start, I'm here to help you. This is what we do. It's what I'm here for. It's one of the things I love. I do, run my business full time. I'm not a part-time agent. It's what I do full time. And I feel like what I do on the side, is to help other people who don't have that confidence basically get it. So you can go out and get more business. That's what it's all about. And next week, thank you for tuning in. Next week, we are going to do a little Remind refresher. It's been a little bit since I've hopped on Remind. I think the last time I did that was that update they did. So really, really cool. We're going to go on to a couple of basic features, just in case anybody's not familiar with it, the uses, and of course, tips to prospect. And as usual, you can join me here every Tuesday, at thefreedomzoom.com. Don't forget to come back on Wednesday and on Thursday to visit for the rest of our coaching sessions. You can register at thefreedomcoaching.com, catch the replay on David's YouTube, right there on the bottom right with the F dot. You're going to see the replay. Catch it at David A. Kurz. You're going to see all of our replays there, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for all of our coaching sessions. And there on the left with the blinking little icons is where you can find me. You can contact me pretty much anywhere at Rosie Sells Miami. I am Rosie Sells Miami on Instagram. I'm rosiesellsmiami@gmail.com. If you've got any questions, you want to ask me any questions, so want me to look over any of your branding or just have anything you want to chat about, please go ahead and hit me up. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Tuesday. Join me for the Remind Refresher. Have a good week, guys.